Alright, lads, so the mid-month banner of October has now officially been announced. We're about to check out what it's going to be. On your screen right now are those that got the prediction right in yesterday's video. Are we going to get a premium banner? Are we going to get a seasonal? Who are the characters going to be? Let's find out. What exactly are we getting today? We are getting more Halloween characters. That's exactly what I asked for. One thing we will notice... Nice to see the Kisuke raid return. That's kind of random. But this banner here is called Crown Summons. And this is kind of a free that was going around in the community. More so for me. Crown Summons are basically the really good step-up banners. So it looks like we're going to get the guaranteed on step 10, 20, and then the pity ticket on step 25. Zenith Summons look to be guaranteed banner character on step 25, the selector ticket. So if Crown Summons start to become a bit more common for end of months, that'd be really cool. Nice to see them keep on tradition. Who are we going to get though? We got a Momo and a Toshiro. Okay. I don't like that they're doing 2 character banners again, I will say. Kind of annoying. We've been getting a lot of 2 character banners as of late. As long as end of month banners aren't 2 characters, I'm perfectly fine with it. Happy to see more Halloween and Bleach characters, but I will say, I would have preferred new designs, but I don't mind them remaking like the really original OG Halloween characters, right? This Toshiro was kind of cool. His other look is cool here. And then Momo, to be fair, I'm fine with the Momo remake. She hasn't had a 5-star in quite some time, and this version of Momo was never actually playable. It was a 4-star, so I don't mind that. I don't mind this. Again, I don't like it. It's 2 character banners, but I don't mind this. I don't mind this. And obviously, as we do know, characters that get this particular step-up format don't get individuals, so this banner is going to be here until the end of the month. So when this banner does leave is when the end of month banner does officially start. But what exactly are we working with here? So we have a speed and also a heart character. Are they going to be links of characters? Are they going to be Guild Quest characters? Let's see it, right? Wow. A mid-month character getting the status element trap with freeze? That's not going to be too bad, you know. Quincy Killer. Okay, so this is is he ranged? He's ranged, right? So we do have the upcoming ranged Quincy Guild Quest. Toshiro's going to be really good there. Before we even look at his kit, we can already tell he's going to be really good in Guild Quest. Or at the very least, relatively good. Especially with the fact that there isn't much competition in where he's going to be competing with, right? So, Quincy character, Quincy Killer. He was given Havoc. Wow. Wow. That's insane for a mid-month character. Surely he's going to have, like, some, like, bad strong attacks to balance this out, right? So what exactly are we looking... This ain't even bad for mid-month standards, bro. Okay, so let's look at his damage output. He has Frenzy +1. He gets 20% more damage when you're at full stamina. One of the few mid-month characters that get the Havoc skill too, so that's really good to see. But on top of that, when you inflict a stats element, you get damage to frozen enemies plus 40%. Freeze is really good in Guild Quest alongside Paralysis because it's not nerfed, right? It stops the enemy from attacking you. His status element trap on the SA3 is very likely to inflict freeze on any enemy, remove the status elements on the floor, and make it easier for your teammates to not get inflicted with status elements. Alongside that, when you do inflict a status element, you get the 80% SP boost, bro. 80%. And then if that wasn't, like, good enough, then you get more damage in Guild Quest. Obviously, we expected characters that come out designed for Guild Quest, so this really isn't too surprising. They've been doing that for, like, the better half of a year now, 2 years. But to see a character like this, though, this is relatively good for a mid-month character. Like, I'm generally shocked. He's going to have bad strong attacks to balance this out, because there's no way. Like, if he actually has good strong attacks for a mid-month character, this might be one of the better speed characters in the entire game. Even last month's mid-month characters were actually surprisingly good. And I think this is probably our first mid-month character to be given the SP boost, so to see them get that with also the trap mechanic and just have it too is insane. That's insane. This character is really good. Toshiro fans, if you like this character, I mean, I know it's not really worth something for mid-month characters and all, but like, the step-up banner is going to be good, right? You're guaranteed one of these characters in 10 steps. You're guaranteed a 5-star on step 3, right? It's not going to be a bad idea. I am hoping whenever we check out the gameplay later today that he does do his barks, because the original one was barking, I think, on his Nad string. So I'm kind of hoping to see that come through again, right? But let's go down and let's have a look at Momo. Her SA2 is going to be a heal and barrier. She is a strong attack character with Stern Reticulator. So these 2 characters are looking to be designed. She's range 2, she's mini, so you're not going to use her just yet. But these 2 characters, for the most part, look to be designed for the Stern Razor and also Quincy Guild Quest. So Stern Reticulator, damage inflicted at full stamina, pretty good soul trait. I will say though, with the very hard difficulty of Guild Quest, with the fact that you don't nuke through all 5 waves anymore, full stamina damage and full stamina sad soul traits are starting to lose a bit of value to me at the very least. They're still really good for Senkamon content, epic raids, for example, if you're trying to clear really fast. But I'm not really too fussed about full stam links anymore. Right now, I kind of prefer full stam and recharge and sad. Because that's kind of the meta when it comes to, you know, very hard Guild Quests. Wow. Whoa. Momo. Ain't no way. Mid-month, boys. Mid-month. This is insane. And the banner's all seasonals. Not too bad. There's some good value here. Again, the step-up format's going to be really good here, right? Step 10 guarantees you a new character. Let's rerun a Momo. So, Frenzy +1 with damage to enemies not deflated by an element plus 100%. So, to be fair, I wouldn't even say she's the Guild Quest character. Like, you can definitely take it into Guild Quest, but in Guild Quest, you want to inflate stats summons. So, she's not going to be, like, ideal in Guild Quest content, but even then, like, plus 10 Mind Link-Up potions with the droplet increase, with the fact that you're giving your team 20% strong attack damage, and that's a universal buff. It's not just a certain affiliation. It's every heart character, right? That goes for herself too. So Frenzy +1, 100% more damage to enemies not afflicted with an ailment, 20% more strong attack damage, and also 30% more full stamina damage. She is lacking Havoc, but you know what? That's fine. She technically, for the most part, wants to be used in epic raids. That's where she's going to be really good character there. You get more Momos, then everyone's just doing 100% more damage constantly, right? That's going to be really good. The multi-pass going to be really cool here, especially when we get more difficult epic raids, whenever Awakened one comes around. Sometimes the enemies are quite annoying, especially if you don't know the pattern. You end up getting attacked, and ideally in epic raid content, you want to be at full stamina. That's kind of the meta right now. So having the barriers and shields honestly really isn't that bad for a Link Farmer. I really do like the idea of that. And that's something I really liked about this Aurora in this particular banner, is that she is a Link Farmer, but she also heals and provides barriers for your teammates. So in the harder epic raid content, ones where you haven't learned the pattern, you get to have that extra bit of, a safety net with the barriers. I really like the idea of making a support character, but also just have like really good damage output. Like, the only bad thing here is that she's lacking Havoc. But again, in epic raids, that don't matter. It really doesn't matter. And then if you take it into IZ, again, IZ's kind of easy. Whether you have Havoc or not, you're going to clear the content relatively fast. Havoc is not an issue on this character. And even if you want to take it into Dropper Zone, again, those 3 pieces of content where this character is designed for, the lack of Havoc really isn't that big of a deal. When I saw Raquel, I really thought she would be designed for Guild Quest content, and you can definitely take it into there, but probably not. But I guess it's nice to have more support for those weeks. Because remember, one thing about Momo, since she is an epic raid farmer, or more so a Link farmer, her killer really doesn't matter. Like, whether she has killer or not, she's going to be used. So I don't mind them giving her the Star Murder killer, because then that means she has a bit more usability, or more so we as a community have a bit more options for those particular Guild Quest weeks. And like I said, the banner itself, I mean, it could have been better, but I do like that it is all seasonal characters. 2 characters that I've been finding a bit more valuable in terms of usability when it comes to the very hard Guild Quest is this particular Renji. I used him this week for the Sparta Guild Quest, and then also this Aizen, one of the better Nad characters for that week, right? If you have him, especially duped out, he's going to make it really easy for you to be the immediate Sparta Guild Quest. The other characters, I mean, you can kind of go about. Rangiku is, she's kind of mediocre, I'm not gonna lie. She can be used in some content. She mainly wants to be used in Inheritance Trials, but even then, most of the time when she can be used, the enemies are immune to paralysis, which really does suck. Orihime, I can vouch for. I really do like her gameplay in epic raid content for Link farming. Again, very similar to Momo, she provides the support. I like that. Chad, kind of useless. He had his like one stage in Senkamon, but you can give other characters read dodges, for example. Ichigo, I mean, he's usable. Not bad by any means. And in Gin, right? Nothing too crazy. But yeah, go back to Momo. I do like that she also was given read all affiliation dodges, so you also can use her to farm scrolls weekly, which isn't too bad. And she's a hard character too, so she can farm, focus scrolls, for example. So that isn't too bad. So a bit disappointing that it is a 2-character banner. I will say I don't like that. I obviously prefer 3-character banners. Back in 2021, the reason why we got 2-character banners is because we were getting arena characters. There was still 6 characters any given month. In this case, I don't like it. Because End of Month surely isn't going to be 4 characters, right? But at the same time, if they are going to do 2-character banners, do it for mid-month. I don't summon for mid-month banners anyway. I'm not that stressed about it. As long as End of Month characters, with the exception of Burn the Witch, because it's neat End of World, as long as every End of Month characters or banners are 3 characters, I'm fine with it. No stress off my back. But yeah, is this banner going to be a summon? I mean, I haven't checked out the character's strong attacks yet, but they do look quite solid. They definitely have their own value in their own right. Toshiro for a mid-month character looks really good, unironically, right? And the Quincy killer isn't even that bad of a thing right now. Currently, there are Quincy enemies in IT, so it's going to be really good in there. Momo looks to be a good epic raid farmer, just a good farmer in general. The banner itself, again, the good step-up format. Fillers, like that they're all seasonals. Maybe you don't have them. Maybe you haven't had much chance to support for them. The highlight fillers, at least for me, are definitely the Aizen and also Renji. Honestly, very solid characters. I'm still going to skip it though. While I do like that these characters are pretty solid and good in their own right, I'm going to say for End of Month, right? I'm going to say for End of Month. The good thing about this banner though, what I do like about the step-up format is that while it's unfortunate that we don't get any individuals for these characters, the banner is hit until the end of the month. So the best thing to do if you are really wanting to summon on this banner is just to wait. 28th of October, we're going to get the end of month banner announcement. If end of month is a skip and you don't care about it, then go on this banner. So there's no harm in waiting. I know it does take a lot of patience to hold out summoning on a banner for upwards to 2 weeks, right? But you will benefit from it, because the last thing you want to do is summon on a banner like this and then have no orbs for an insane end of month banner, right? And end of month, again, usually are better. But yeah, I do like to see that mid-month characters are getting better. Like this Toshiro, outside of the strong attacks that we've yet to see yet, looks really good. And we're going to find out what strong attacks he does have in the video that we are going to post later today, reacting to their gameplay. So let me know your first impressions, opinions on the fact that they're remaking some OG Halloween characters. Not the first time they've done it, definitely not going to be the last. I don't mind it. I like the selection. Toshiro and Momo do make sense. I like that Momo did get a remake. I think both characters are pretty good. Let me know your thoughts about the characters in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.